Do investors expect sanctions to toughen up against Russia?
Yes, Angeline, they certainly do. If you look at how markets have been behaving, the rouble remains under pressure. The Russian stock market, having recovered quite well from the Crimean shock back in March, has lost about 9%. And Russia had to cancel a bond auction earlier on this week because they basically couldn't find any investors at a price which they thought was reasonable. So markets are inflicting real pain on markets and on the Russian real economy. And look at that IMF forecast: 0.2% growth from Russia they're forecasting this year. It's a fair bet, when the numbers finally come in for 2014, they're going to be in recession.
We've also seen a reaction on US base funds, haven't we? We've this outflow of 7.8 billion dollars it was in the last week. Is this going to be just a short blip, or is this the start of a real chain reaction of people taking funds out of riskier assets?
Well, I think there's a general feeling that the US has probably gone as far as it's going to go, at least over the short term, and there does seem to be something of a deep value rotation into other parts of equity. So we have actually seen, despite all the geopolitical risk that seems to be around, positive flows now year to date into emerging market ETFs. And also on the other side of the coin, and this is where again the IMF forecasts perhaps come in, bonds have got their second win. We were supposed to be seeing steepening yield curves this year globally. We've actually seen precisely the opposite. So we're actually seeing some flows into fixed income and also high yield as well.
Let's talk about the earnings season now. We've had plenty of results and scandal. That's probably what the focus will be for the banking sector today. What do you make of the news out from Lloyds and RBS so far?
Well, I haven't had a chance to look at the details of the RBS numbers, and of course the devil is always in the detail, but I suspect that since they've chosen to rush them out a week early, what you see is probably what you get. I'm going to have to check. Lloyds, it may be up to a £300 million fine. It's very much expected. Analysts still remain very, very keen on Lloyds. They're still raising their earnings forecast, and just to put this prospective fine into context, the net profit of Lloyds this year is probably going to be something like £5.1 billion. So it's not particularly material. I'm sure they will want to get this settlement out of the way before they release their results next Friday.